Steve McMahon is on the line. He's the Labor candidate for the seat of Barton, but he rang me, or at least texted me, following the interview I had with Gladys Berejiklian and the business about changing the rail timetable, and he texted me from Kogarah Station. I'll let him tell the story. He's on the line. Steve, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Alan.
So you were giving out petitions or have been at Kogarah Station this morning, and you've been swamped by rail commuters.
Yeah, that's right. The last couple of mornings and yesterday evening as well, we're down there at the station. I lost more than 2,000 flyers were handed out in an hour and a half. I ran out, literally.
And this is because the argument is that if something's to happen to Kogarah Station, they don't cut services by 50%. Now, as I think I said to you, Gladys Berejiklian said the timetable hasn't been finalised, but you make a very, very valid point that Kogarah Station services 3 hospitals, 2 TAFE campuses, at least 4 schools, and many government services and businesses. That's your point.
Yeah, that's right, Alan. I mean, St George Hospital, where I was born, and half of St George was probably born. You've got Calvary Hospital, the private hospital. You've got 5 local schools. You've got government services. You've got banks. Not to mention the bus services that come from Ramsgate, St Susie and Dolts Point from the other parts of St George that all funnel into Kogarah Station so they can get to work and school and go to visit people in hospital.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very valid point. Have you written to Gladys Berejiklian about this?
Yes, we have. We haven't heard back yet, of course.
She'll respond, but you're saying St George Public, St George Private, Calvary Hospital, 2 TAFE campuses, and then Kogarah High, Kogarah Marist, James Cook, St George Girls, Moorfield Girls, and then businesses and government services are depending on Kogarah Station as a transport hub. That's your point.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
And you think that in the draft timetable they're going to transfer some of those services to Hurstville Station.
That's right. It appears that in the morning peak that Kogarah will go from 32 to 18 services, in the afternoon 44 to 23. So it's almost 50%. And the plan is to, as I understand it, is to shift those services to Hurstville, which is already up.
Is there any parking in Hurstville?
Not very much at all, little bits and pieces. But Kogarah also has a commuter car park. Like, what's the point of having a big commuter car park if you're going to take away half the commute?
It's a very difficult issue. This woman certainly does listen to people, and I'm glad that you've sent off, because you've had a stack of letters, I understand, and signatures and petitions and God knows what not.
Yeah, that's right. In the first 24 hours, we've had over 500 signatures, both online and people handing them back to me in the afternoon. And look, I acknowledge it's a difficult job to run the whole network.
Sure.
I don't want to see the people of Kogarah and
but it's very good you make this point now rather than later, before it's too late. But there is something going on. If you've got 2,000 flyers an hour being taken by commuters simply because they're worried about the future of their services.
That's right. It's not very often someone Parliament sends.
They walk past you.
Nurses come back from the hospital, come back and grab a bunch to take to work. I mean, yes. I've never had a response like that. So obviously,
I'd appreciate if you'd send me a copy of the letter that you've sent to Gladys Berejiklian.
Yep,
because I think this is a very legitimate concern. I'm glad you've raised it.
Yep, no worries.
Thank you, Steve. Okay, that's Steve McMahon, the endorsed Labor candidate for the federal seat of Barton. But he rightly says, I think, this could very significantly affect the elderly, the patients in hospitals, the visitors to those hospitals, students, workers, nurses, teachers. So we'll keep you posted on that. She does a good job, Gladys Berejiklian. There does seem to be a problem there. In 90 minutes, I think, yesterday, he ran out of 2,000 petition flyers he was handing out at Kogarah Station, and then many people have signed a petition on their way home from work, and he's out there again this morning. So we'll keep you posted on that. That's the proposal in the draft timetable to cut the number of services at Kogarah Station by 50%.